John King for Sprawl alongside UFC Bantamweight Brett Johns. Here tonight at Aeron's first show. Must be happy, without sounding big-headed, you can't have played a part in this, the growth of MMA in Wales and things like that. Is it good to see new promotions coming up in your country?
I think it's just nice to see that the MMA in Wales is getting better and better, and it's getting more in the limelight. Obviously, we've got me, Jack, and John in the UFC.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm just grateful that obviously they put a new little promotion on now, and S4C are following us, So we're on the right track, and we're getting good guys from these different shows.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a future couple of UFC stars there. Who knows?
Yeah. Let's talk about S4C. You're doing a little bit of work with them tonight. How did that come about? Did they just get in contact? What was the deal there?
I basically had a documentary out a few months ago. Basically, my best friend Rhyl, who owns a company called Tanabe, he's been following me for a very, very long time, and he was lucky enough to put a documentary out of me. It was a big hit, and S4C said, you know what, we love the show so much, let's do a 6-part series. There's 3 on boxing, 3 on MMA, and we'll see how it goes. And if I'm honest, the first event was 2 weeks ago in Llanelli. We are up here in Rhyl now this weekend, and in 2 weeks' time we're at the Grand Theatre in Swansea, which will be the icing on the cake, the cherry on top,
Yeah. Let's talk about your UFC run so far. Perfect, you've got a lot of hype behind you, you've got a lot of fans, a lot of support from your home country and overseas too. Must have been amazing so far.
Oh, I loved it. Belfast, I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
I'll never ever forget that. It was unreal. I got to meet some superstars. I met Conor McGregor, a nice chat with Conor McGregor, so that was quite cool. But like I said, it was. I get a lot of stick in the past for not being in entertaining fights, and that was pretty entertaining. Me and Quack, and he was even arguably fight of the night. So I'm happy with that. It was amazing. I only want to give fights like that. Obviously London was a bit unfortunate with the whistle pulling out, but it's part of the game.
Yeah.
I'm looking to come back very soon, July 16th, Glasgow. That's where I'm looking to be.
Yeah.
More than likely, I got 2 guys in mind. I got Marlon Vera and Henry Briones. Marlon Vera sent me a nice little message 5:30 yesterday morning. I was like, oh, okay, guess he wants to fight. So, but I'm happy, Marlon Vera's a good guy, and I'm only happy to represent it. He'll come and fight, and I'll come and fight. So that's all that matters, and I'm looking forward to getting over and done with.
Yeah. You obviously fight out of Wales, but the United Kingdom as a whole respects Brad Pickett. He's a pioneer, and for him to go out like that to Marlon Vera, is there an edge of, do you want to get a little bit of revenge against him?
People always ask me this. They're saying, you called out Henry Briones, he was meant to fight Pickett. Yeah. Now you call him Marlon Vera, he did fight Pickett. I wouldn't say it's a bit of revenge for Brad. I watched that fight. I was in the front row, watched it, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever watched on behalf of fighting. The guy is a pioneer. Like Marlon Vera said after the fight, he said, that he used to watch the guy when he was 16. He's just like me, and. It didn't matter whether he won or lost that night, in my opinion. It didn't matter. He's already made his name as one of the greatest UK fighters of all time. Last night we watched Demetrius Johnson claim he's the pound for pound greatest fighter on the planet, and Brad Pickett's got a win over him. So, like I said, I consider Brad a very good friend. And but like I said, it's more of a personal one for me. I look at the guys, and I studied a lot of the guys on the card. For example, I studied a lot on like Henry Briones because he was fighting Pickett. Yeah. I knew that after Entwistle I wouldn't be fighting Pickett anytime soon because obviously he was retired, and I consider him a good friend. But I studied Henry Briones, and then I studied Marlon Vera, and the fights that I like, the whole Bantamweight division picture I look at. Yeah. Outside the top 10, I'm not scared by anybody. I'm not saying nobody's. I'm not saying I'm gonna be 10 times better than them. But what I'm saying is they're good fights, and I like them fights, and we'll see who they put me with. I'm not a guy who doesn't really care. They give me a name and I'll say yes, and we'll crack on.
Yeah. Did Conor McGregor know who you were?
Not at the time, no. But he did come up to me and he went up to me and he said, "Look, well done." I think he understands it's the same sort of story for me now as what he went through a few years ago. Fingers crossed, the end of this story, I'll have 22 million in my pocket. Maybe.
You can only dream.
I know.
Let's talk about the situation at UFC London. Ian Whistle, after the weigh-ins, it kind of, because he's pulled out in the past and things like that, there was a little bit of nerves from fans that kind of thought maybe he will pull out, but weigh-ins were over and it's kind of okay, maybe, a little bit of relief, and then the fight obviously gets pulled. What were the emotions straight after that?
Well, the first thing I thought before the fight was lightning can't strike twice, can it? You know what I mean? Well, it can, yeah, and it did. So I was absolutely devastated. I cried. I lost my temper. Obviously, very disappointed. And honestly, in a bitter way, I'm glad he's retired, because I wouldn't want him doing that with any other fighter, even if I didn't like, you know. You know, I'm a guy who struggles to make weight. I made weight for once. I made weight, and it killed me. You know, I got back home, and it affected me back home as well. So, but like I said, now I'm forgetting about Entwistle. I'm thinking about the story ahead. The story continues. My book continues, and you know, the next chapter is July 16th in Glasgow. Yeah,
of course. On that July card, you said Marlon Vera, Henry Briones, they're two names that you'd like. Aside of that, you know, a dream matchup, current fighters, who would you like to fight in the Bantamweight division?
Bantamweight division, dream matchup. There'll be plenty of fights I do like. I know Aljamain Sterling was a guy who tweeted me before the Entwistle fight. I watched him last night. Thought he looked very good. That's a potential fight I'd like. Maybe my dream fight would be that, me and him in Madison Square Garden. That would be quite a cool one, because of I know this is like his home state, and he'd love to be there. Before me, my idol, sporting idol, Joe Calzaghe, he finished his career at Madison Square Garden. So I'd like to get that. That'd definitely be a tick off the bucket list. Yeah, of course. Before we go, you know, what can we expect from you in, you know, where do you want to finish your career? At the end of your career, what do you want to say Brett Johns did in the sport? I just want to be a pioneer, you know. I don't do this for fame. I don't do this for riches. You know, I'd give all the money in the world if I knew that I would be some sort of superstar in the end. I'm just a guy who's happy. I'm very happy. I'm very blessed. There's been people, especially the Welsh circuit, who have been brilliant to me. I'm very thankful, and like I said, from now on, I'm all about Wales, you know, the UK in general though. I say Wales, but the UK get behind me. The Scottish, the English, the Irish, it doesn't matter. I just want to be a pioneer. I say for Wales first, but eventually I want to be from Great Britain, you know. Well, you are already a pioneer, you know, but I'm sure you want to be a much bigger one, Brett. Thank you very much. Good luck in Glasgow. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.